going on, man? This your boy M-i-Corleone, and this episode 11, strictly facts. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody saying my shit, you know, ain't right and all that. It can get worse. we can do this shit live from here. Fuck it. It don't matter. All I'm doing is telling the motherfucking story. As long as the bitches love it, I don't give a fuck. But this week I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna go back to 2004. It was the Choice Awards weekend. I just came home from doing a little 8-month bid, but it was juvenile bid. So and we go out there, and the first night, we go to, who was it? I think Club Paradise or some shit. It was a long time ago. You know what I mean? So we went there, and it was on Ocean, so I know it was a mansion, nothing like that. So we go there, and we went there because it was Paris Hilton hosting, and Lil John was DJing. So we go there, and we all three of us went our separate ways. So earlier that day we went to the beach, and we were there for like 3 or 4 hours. And so like I'm saying, we split up in the club and all that, and I see my man, I'm doing my thing, all that. I was there for it was like 2 hours go by, 2.5 hours. I run into my man, one of my men. He said like, yo, did you see the other boy? And I'm like, and I'm not trying to say their names because I don't want to indict nobody. But it was bullshit. So I'm like, nah, I ain't seen him. Like, I go to the bar and get a drink, and I see him sitting down, and I go over to him, I'm like, what's up? And he's sweating like a motherfucker. He's red as a lobster, and all I remember is him being like, he take a cab back with me to the hotel, and it was getting late anyway, so I was like, fuck, I'll take the cab back with you, to the hotel, and ain't nothing. So we do that, and we're partying and all that, and me, I'm the type, I split up from the crew, you know what I mean, for whatever, and the one dude had to stay put anyway, because he couldn't even fucking walk, so he stayed in the hotel the whole fucking time. I felt bad for the boy. He ain't even know the Source Awards or nothing. We was gonna try to rent him a wheelchair, but he ain't gonna do all that. So so the first night, I remember we brought that perks out. My tolerance was low as shit. Cause fucking, I just did 8 months. I was booked. So I'm banging. And I go to Zeno's on the beach. I don't know. Old heads remember, you know what I mean? Zeno's on the beach was Benzino, the boy that owned the source. He had a little club, and they serve food and all that, liquor and all that. So I goes for there, and wasn't really nobody there at the time. So it was bitches, waitressing and all that. So I get a little grub. I get fried chicken, macaroni and cheese and all that with the greens and all, get some soul food in me, because I know do some drinking there, right? So I do that, and I'm eating and all that. It takes a while for the food to come, but when it finally came, that shit was slamming. And but I started to turn around, and the first person I noticed was the boy Chris Gotti. And this is around the time when 2004, this one 50 came out, 2003, and Murder Inc. was like trying to hang on, like 50 was coming at him like crazy, like. So yeah, I see Chris Gotti because he looked like Irv, and I thought it was Irv for a minute. And I see it was Chris. He was shooting pool. But then I see the little loud motherfucker he was with, that he was shooting pool with, was Ja Rule. So I'm watching shit go down. I'm like, damn, this shit crazy. Like, you know, I'm on a solo mission. You know what I mean? Like, I'm seeing all this shit go down, and bang, I see Lil' Kim come through. Like it was nothing. Like she went out to the deck. Like there was two decks in there, and like one was on the right and one was on the left, and it was crazy because I remember we had the Nokias back then, and I remember trying to hit up my man and let him know that it's popping, but like he didn't know where it was, so he's like, "Yo, come back to the hotel," and then we would ride out there. We get dressed and ride out. So that's what we did. I went to the hotel, got dressed, we rode out, and I'm telling him about that. He didn't even know about Zeno's on the beach. He didn't know about that club / restaurant and shit. So we go there. Bang, it's popping. Benzino's in there. Freddie Fox is in there. That's one. Shout out Freddie Fox. And Benzino had his little squad in there, and them Boston boys in there, and Philly Bulls was in there. It was all kind of people. Like I said, Lil' Kim was in there. Most of everybody in the industry was in that motherfucker, and like a lot of people, like you don't notice like that, like especially like football players and all that, like. You don't notice them as much as you notice like a rapper who's putting their face out there all the time. So we was surrounded by nothing but get money boys. Cause it just so we was in there first, and then the guards came and they wasn't letting nobody throw unless you had that. You was playing that guap. So luckily we made it in. I don't know how the fuck we got through, but yeah, we was in there balling, you know what I mean? We was getting the fuck in. And yeah, that was the crazy night. But then the next night was what was it? The next night was the Source Wars. So we get ready for the Source Wars, and I pop I don't even know how many, but I popped a lot of perks. And I'm in, the taxi going to the Source Wars. It was at the Night Center, so that it was a little bit of a distance from South Beach. So as I'm in the taxi, the perks ain't hit me yet. So I'm like, I holler at my man like, yo, let me buy 2 bars off you. Zanny bars. Worst thing I could have did. But it had me like on some crazy shit, so it was a gift and a curse. So I popped in, bang, we get in the joint, the Night Center, you go in there, you take your pictures like back, paid in full back in the day, you know what I mean? Pull you a little bit, pull your money out, you know what I mean? All that, but yeah, I think think Rab still got them pictures, but you know, that's when everybody's wearing their clothes big, and Jay-Z just had everybody rocking button ups and all that. Remember, I don't know if you remember that era, but if you're young enough, but yeah, go check all that right out, cause we was wild back then. And so we get in there, and I don't like how award shows are, cause it's a lot of like shit for commercials. They stop, take breaks, wait for the next artist to perform, record it, stop and take breaks, present it. It all looks good for TV, but it's not live. So, you know what I mean? It's a lot of bullshit in between the meat and potatoes. So, I ain't really fuck with it too much. But the lab was something crazy. And when I tell you crazy, cars out their ass, I'm like, damn, like, these rappers is really getting it. But come to find out, it was them BMF boys that was really getting it. Cause me and my man Rabs out there, and bang, Jeezy had the Trap or Die mixtape, and they were giving them Jones away, and he wasn't even signed to Def Jam yet. He didn't even have Boys in the Hood yet. He didn't even, you know what I mean? He had some shit, the Joan with Bun B and all that. The whole Trap or Die joint was crazy. And that's all everybody was bumping. When we got it, that's all we was bumping down there. That started turning into our little Miami anthem, Joe. So, but when Jeezy pulled up, he pulled up in a Lamborghini with Jackie off in the passenger seat, and I ain't saying they had no relations or not. I think Meat set it up like that. So, you know what I mean? It looks good for the label. Jeezy pulling up with Jackie O, they're both with the label, so it made it look good. So, bang. Everybody's out there, all these foreigners, we're running into all the people from BMF, we're rapping for them, this, that, and the third, parking lot, crazy, Down south parking lot, crazy, they get crazy. So, we're rapping for everybody, bang. Boy gives us the BMF cars. You know what I mean? He fucked with us for real. It would have been crazy now that I think about it, 2 white boys signing the BMF, but, that's how much they fuck with us. So they told us where they was going afterwards. Everybody was going to this club. And, we wound up taking the cab there. The cab wound up getting all lost and shit. You know what I mean? Trying to find the club in South Beach. And I think he did that shit on purpose too. And but anyway, we get to the club a little bit later than all the BMF dudes, and they're talking about it's $500 to get in and all that. We wasn't paying that shit. Even if we had that shit, we wasn't paying that shit just to get in the club. So we wound up going to another little club and getting in there, and yeah, man. But that night we rapped for Bun B from UGK, and UGK always been certified in my books. Pimp C always did his biz like a man. He always conducted himself like a street boy. When he came out from doing his bid, he started exposing people. Talking about they were getting keys for this price, and he started exposing people. And R.I.P. Pimp C, but me and my man rap for Bun B. his partner in UGK, Underground Kings. And shout out Port Arthur, Texas. So the whole Texas, Houston, Dallas, whatever. And so we rap for him. He's like, yo, I don't give a fuck if you black, white, purple, brown, black. I don't give a fuck what you are. He said that shit right there was fire. Like, kept shaking our hands, you know what I mean? His squad kept shaking our hands like, yo. So we rode out with them. We was smoking some weed with them and all that. So, you know, that was our time. And Pitbull was staying at the same hotel with us at the time. And that goes to show me how far he got, you know, because he kept on pushing. See me, I kept on pushing in the streets and kept trying to make an easy dollar and stop focusing on rap as much and didn't invest. I needed my money in the rap because I had to invest all my money into more work at that time. And that wasn't the right way to go. Because I see now that at that time, 2004, me and Pitbull was staying in the same hotel. And I wanted to battle him and all. Because I'm like, he ain't nicer than us now. I mean, we from Philly, we got that shit. I kill dude. And so now he's Mr. International. Because he didn't go to jail like I did. I kept going to jail, in and out of jail, in and out of programs, this, that, and the third. Judges sending me here, judges sending me there. I got this back judge. I got probation in this state. I'm on parole. I went upstate in Jersey. Like, just a lot of shit happened. And if that never happened, I could probably be where he's at, or at least close to it. But, you know, the grind don't stop. I'm only 34 years young. I got some time, and I'm gonna work with my time. And that's just strictly facts for this week. And I hope you enjoyed it. Me talking my shit, you know. I'll give you about 20 minutes of it. 18, that's good enough. You know, now it's about time for me to go blaze something up.